Dear colleagues, in this video you will hear more about the Wiki Loves Living Heritage campaign. It's a campaign to celebrate living heritage as a collaboration between heritage communities, focal points of the UNESCO Convention on Intangible Cultural Heritage, Wikimedia communities, and all kinds of interested heritage communities around the globe. We are talking about a global campaign, a global collaboration. We think the UNESCO 2003 20th anniversary is a great chance to make living heritage more visible all around the world. And through this campaign, we hope to bring together those who are the key people and key organizations working with the UNESCO 2003 Convention, and the local Wikimedia communities, chapters and groups active all around the world, but also NGOs and heritage bearers to work together on this special year. The campaign is aiming in making living heritage visible. So this means both the UNESCO ICH lists and the registers, but then also the elements in the national inventories we have been working and which we are so proud of. But not only limiting to those, we think this campaign is a great opportunity to make visible all kinds of living heritage in our countries and also to bring in new communities as part of the work that we are already doing. This campaign is about preserving and enriching knowledge. So the contributions taking place in this campaign will result in a rich, evolving archive of openly available materials in Wikimedia Commons and other Wikimedia projects.
This campaign is a campaign in which the UNESCO Convention meets the Wiki principles, which means that it is a very open-ended invitation where all can join: heritage communities, the national focal points for living heritage, and the Wikimedia communities to create activities together on the local level and make them visible globally. It's also a principle of open sharing. All the activities will produce more openly available documentation about the traditions. Entering in Wikidata an element will make it visible in internet searches in almost 700 languages. This visibility and awareness of the heritage elements increases and drives also traffic back to the institutional websites. While being an open invitation and open sharing, it also respects the principle of the ethics of living heritage on documentation. The project will make a strong commitment to establish ethical guidelines for this online documentation of living heritage safeguarded by their communities. What can you do? Which activities can you take? First of all, this is really a global campaign. It's about global promotion, and the campaign will provide you with tools, with platforms and promotional materials. Meanwhile, the materials produced or published through the project will be featured online in many channels and added to the Wikimedia Networks project, creating a multilingual, openly licensed and ethically documented collection. All at the same time, it's about creating local activities. Your local activities are opportunities for local communities to come together and co-create. See with your focal points, with the heritage communities and your Wiki colleagues, which kind of events, thematic campaigns or competitions you could do. We will help you and provide you with ideas. And lastly, it's about collecting living heritage data. Of course, we all have our inventories all over the world in more than 180 countries, but now the data about these heritage elements and much other ones will be added also to the Wikidata, while also respecting the heritage communities will. So by adding the data, it becomes visible on all Wiki platforms, and it will be an invitation to further enrich it.
It will be visible, the elements, when they are brought into the Wiki projects, specifically the data elements, when they are brought into the Wiki projects, Wikidata, they gather all information from the Wikimedia projects, being Wikimedia Commons and Wikipedia, and display them on these pages. And they also invite to click on buttons for uploading images, or there are lists to translate articles into several languages. So by bringing the data into Wikidata specifically, you will be able to have different tools for making events, to facilitate and power events and this visibility on these pages. And these activities can be of different kinds. We have collected a short list of recommendations that could be done together. It could be photo walks for documenting heritage events, or it could be media uploads of already existing images and media, and it could be all kinds of events that the Wikimedia communities are especially accustomed to do, and there can be this exchange of skills, learning to contribute to the Wikimedia projects when you do these things together. And the timeline. So things are starting already, but as you can tap into activities that you are already working on, or either you are working on, or the Wikimedia communities are working on, it's going to be not such a big leap into bringing things online and into this project. The first thing to happen is the network launch on the 17th of March, which will bring together the Wikimedia communities with the focal points where we introduce this and make the contacts on the global level. And it will be followed by a webinar on ethical sharing in April, where these issues related to sharing, documenting and sharing heritage, living heritage specifically online, are being dealt with and discussed and turned into best practices for the project.
This project already has many partners working with it. So we are working with the Wikimedia Foundation and the Council of Europe, European Heritage Days. The European Network of Focal Points under our convention ENFP is a strong supporter of this campaign. We hope that other ICH networks around the globe will join. It's already supported, funded by the Council of Europe, Workshop Intangible Heritage and Flemish Commission for UNESCO in Belgium, the Finnish Heritage Agency, and Quebec Council for Living Heritage. Let us know if you are also willing to contribute to the campaign. It is coordinated by Avoin Glam.
So what to do next? A lot is happening already. If you want to join, you can learn more about the campaign on the website, which is mentioned here in the screen. We invite you, all of you, whether you're part of the Wiki community or part of the Living Heritage community all over the world, to participate in our launch event on the 17th of March at 2 p.m. Central European Time. You can already find contacts in your own country. We are trying to facilitate it in our websites, and you can also surf to this link to find your own contacts. And if you have questions, we already created an FAQ on the website where you can find a lot of answers to a series of questions that you may have. And we hope to see you very soon on the 17th of March.
Welcome on board to the Wiki Loves Living Heritage campaign.